CNN Philippines senior anchor Pinky Webb did what was the first live sit-down interview since Mr. Duterte assumed office. She has more for you now from Manila.
It is common knowledge that President Rodrigo Duterte is very unhappy with criticisms on his war on drugs, even coming from President Barack Obama. So I asked him if anything would change under a Trump leadership. The President Duterte, somehow softened his stance there, saying that he has a wait-and-see attitude coming into the Trump administration. He even told us that at some point there was a conversation between him and President-elect Donald Trump, and he said that we have the same mouth, only yours is in English and mine in Filipino. We were also speaking about his plans. He already said at some point for America, for the United States to prepare themselves for the possible abrogation or repeal of the VFA. President Duterte saying he is thinking about this, he is rethinking it, even because even members of his military are getting angry at him because of this possible repeal or abrogation of the VFA. So moving forward, is this something he will do? He says he will see, rethink, and study this repeal or abrogation of the VFA. And on recent reports of the president's admission of killing some people, the president admitted that yes, there was a time that he did kill 3 persons. This was in Davao City, but he says this is because of law and order. These were criminals. They were not suspects. These were kidnappers, and they engaged, the president was around, these kidnappers engaged them in a gunfight, hence the shooting of 3 individuals over in Davao City. Becky, back to you. Do you take these threats seriously? The threats to oust you?
In the sense that I may be looking at it as a possibility, yes. But kung sabihin mo fear of being ousted, and that's what I said, well, this is how long God gave me in this presidency. But in return, sabi ko, you should also be prepared. So I'll give you the time of the day. And I can do it if I want to. So what you can, sa Amerika, yung gusto nila akong paalisin, and some others say it's because of the elite and anong-ano dito yung, well, I said, I do not really give it an S about what you want me to be. Basta ako may trabaho. And I know that, I'm part of the establishment, or I was, or I am. I've been mayor for 23 years in Davao, so coming in from the cold ako. But I'm part of that Republic of the Philippines. So, ang tao sa akin, except for those who believed in me, is yung those who heard my message. And that's the only thing that you can really attribute to my victory. It was the message that I was hearing. And it was corruption in government, drugs, which is really a virulent thing now. And it's just too bad that I cannot show to the people and all of you the chart of how things are going. But most of the big time are really still very big, and always maybe undermining also government, o talagang we have not shown enough to them. Pero nakita mo naman sa San Juan, isang tonelada, and that would give you an idea the activity of the drug system in this country.
Well, that is your campaign promise, Mr. President.
Yes.
Sabi niyo po, nung kampanya, 3 to 6 months. In September, 3 months after you assumed the post, sabi mo, I need a little extension because you didn't know how grave the problem was.
I was just mayor dealing with a problem of a small town city. In my town, in my city, wala masyadong drugs. I mean, Davao is comfortable where it is now. Nakakalakad yung mga tao na gusto nila at wala masyadong krimen kasi walang mga tao na nasa droga. So it's a bit peaceful. But when I said, well, how naive of me rather, kasi yung sinasabi ko, I'll finish it in 6 months. I was looking at the Philippines. Ang akala ko ganun lang.
Davao.
Shabu dito, shabu doon kunti. But I didn't know that when I became the president, I started to squeeze everybody. So you saw the hundreds of thousands of Filipinos. Not counting the original figure given by General Santiago Pedea before, pegging it at 3 million. Itong akin, we have it. As I have said, by the end of the year, I would have hit 1 million. So you add another to Santiago's original number. You add mine, which is about 1 million. So there are 4 million. It is no joke. It is not just a problem you can ignore or give just about siguro 5-10 minutes attention every day.
Yeah.
You have to worry about the repercussions. Drugs, you know, that's why I kill you. Why? Because you enslave the people. With 4 million, they are really slaves to you by way of a chemical, an agent. Parang alipin mo siya sa drugs, ahente ikaw. Tapos, dysfunctional family. Ruined lives. Hiwalay, gano'n. Then crime. Ano you just say how many? 5,000? 10,000 people killed. You're even sure if it were really a police encounter or not. You don't even bother to. And that's what happened here because America seems to have adopted the theory of the yellow. Kasi yung yellow, yun na yung ang campaign. It was not an issue against me, by the way. It became an issue when, until the last moment, the last 4 days, lumabas na yung figure about Central Bank na 4.5. Kaya ako galit sa Central Bank. Kung meron akong pera, ba't hindi sa bagay, you have to get somebody else's permission. Pero alam ko na rin ngayon, pero sabi ko, ikaw alam ninyo. Nandiyan yan, money laundering. Ikaw may 211 million ko. Kung walang nagtanong, binigyan na sana ninyo sa kanila para totoo. I was just hoping that you'd be truthful to your work.
Okay. Mr. President, I'd like to go back to what I was saying. Still on the war on drugs, sabi niyo po in September, you need an extension. Fair.
Yes.
Because you said you didn't know grabe pala yung sitwasyon ng droga sa Pilipinas. That should end sometime in March. Do you feel that by March, number one, sir, you will solve the drug problem?
No.
What is your assessment by March?
Ito na ganito ngayon, and you better listen very carefully. This is what's happening to the country. We are facing a terrorism threat. It will be a compounded issue if itong mga mautin that's rampaging now in Lanao. Well, of course, yung MN are ready to talk to us. But these are the terrorists, I said. It's being driven with drugs. They want money for their uprising to sustain it. And they're peddling drugs. So we have a terrorism which is being fed with drugs in Mindanao and in the Visayas. Ang problema nito, pati dito sa Luzon nga. So we're trying to figure out, that's why I was late. I was being briefed by the military and the police. pakalawak talaga, and it's problem is it's connected with an international operation. It's everywhere.
But how would you assess your success on your war on drugs as of now, sir?
I can only relate it with the crime dip. Less crime now, less rape, hold up, sa bus, sasakyan, naglalakad ka. So that would give you actually a visual thing of the result of the drug war on the street level.
So does that mean you're satisfied?
No. Until the last pusher is out of the street, and I'd be very frank with you and to the country, until the last drug lord is killed,